Welcome back, my dear class 12 student. This is a class of accountancy, and as we completed all the chapter and all the syllabus, now we are going through some of the important MCQ question from different chapter. Now last I started the MCQ question from issue of shares, one of the important chapter for your board CBSE board exam and your P-board exam also. So today also we do the same thing, that is MCQ questions, important MCQ question related to chapter issue of shares. Now am I audible to you? Good afternoon, Sayan. Good afternoon. Am I audible, Sayan? Okay, now look, let's start. A company, question number 1, a company issued 4,000 equity shares for 4,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at par payable as under. At par payable as under. On application, writing in short, on application rupees 3, on allotment rupees 2, comma, on first call rupees 4, and on final call rupees 1 per share. Stop. Application was received. Next para. Application were received for 10,000 share, for 10,000 shares. Allotment was made pro rata. Allotment was made pro rata. How much amount will be received? The question is how much amount will be received in cash on allotment, in cash on allotment. The options: A, rupees 8,000. Option B, rupees 12,000. option C nil, and option D none of the above. None of the, or none, just write down none. None of these. Now read the question first. The company issued 4,000 equity share of rupees 10 each at par payable as under. On application rupees 3, on allotment rupees 2, on first call rupees 4, and on final call rupees 1 per share. Now application was received for 10,000 share. Company issued 4,000 share, application received 10,000 share. Means there is a 6,000 extra share received by the company in the time of application. Now they are saying allotment was made pro rata basis. For 10,000 share, only 4,000 share will be get. Okay. Now how much amount will be received in cash on allotment? Now in allotment you can see here total there is a 10,000 share in application, but actually issued by the company 4,000 shares. So total 6,000 extra shares received by time of application. Now for 6,000 shares, how much extra rupees actually received in the bank, in the company? That is 18,000. But in case of allotment, they only needed 4,000 shares. Allotment money per share is rupees 2, that is 8,000. So still there would be 10,000 will be left. So from this 18,000 that is extra received, you can easily adjust this 8,000 in case of whatever the allotment money need. So in that case the question asks how much allotment money receiving cash on allotment. So company will not receive anything because already company received from this 4,000 shareholder, because this 10,000 shareholder actually gets this 4,000 shares, but company actually didn't refund their money because that will be adjusted in allotment call, because they are the shareholder, they are getting pro rata basis shares. So for how can we get what are the shares they will get? Now there is a 4,000 shares but receiving 10,000. So what is the ratio? So who apply for 5 will get 2 shares. Okay, for every 5 share we will get 2 shares. That is the pro rata allotment actually made. In that way 10,000 shareholder actually get 4,000 share, but they all are the shareholder of the company. As for extra 6,000 shares as received by the company, company actually didn't refunded the money of 6,000 shares because they are the shareholder of the company, though the share will be they actually get in the less number, but this money company adjusted in their later call, that is in allotment in first call. So in case of allotment you can see that total 4,000 share allotment money per share is rupees 2, so only need 8,000, but company already excess money received 18,000. So from 18,000, 8,000 if you company will adjust it. So in that case no cash will be received, okay, by the company in time of allotment. So here answer will be C, that is nil. Okay, very interesting question. This type of question comes to your CBSE exams. Have you understood? Saurodeep, Sayan, have you understood? No, I am asking you, have you understood the thing? Okay, yes sir, understood. So come to the next question. Now, question number 2. Y Limited forfeited Y Limited forfeited 400 shares at the rate of rupees 10 each. 7 called up. Stop. Not stop, you just come out. Rupees 7, sorry, for non-payment of first called of rupees 2 per share. Now stop. Out of these 300 shares were issued for rupees 6 per share. As rupees 7 paid up. What is the amount? The question is, what is the amount transferred to the capital reserve? Transferred to the capital reserve. Now you know, in case of forfeiture of share, is there anything profit if arise, if profit is happen in that case? Sion, don't use this type of cartoons in case of in chat box. Okay, you just write, do not use any type of cartoon in your chat box. Okay. So Y Limited forfeited 4,000 share at the rate of rupees 10 each. 7 called up means though that nominal value is 10 each, only 7 called up. There is a 3 call money still not called by the company. Now for non-payment of, why this Y Limited forfeited 4,000 shares? For non-payment of first call rupees 2 per share. Okay. This is not 4,000, this is actually 400. Y Limited forfeited 400 shares at the rate of rupees 10 each. 7 called up means they are not called all the value, that is 10 rupees that you actually still not call, they only call 7 rupees up to now. For non-payment of first call rupees 2 means there is a still final call is left. So first call value is rupees 2 per share, and as Y 400 shareholder actually not paid this first call, their share is actually forfeited. Now out of these 400 shares, 300 shares were reissued for rupees 6 per share. Okay, they reissued as a 6 per share. They called for the 7, but 6 per shares they reissued price as rupees 7 paid up. So as you know, they called for 7, so there is a paid up value, they also take as a 7. So what is the amount transferred to the capital reserve? Now what are the option? Here the option is number A, rupees 1,700. Option B, rupees 1200, option C rupees 2100, and option D rupees 300. What is the right option? Now see here the total 4000 shareholder actually failed in the first call. So up to 7 there is a 2 rupees is also including. So 5 rupees already paid, and these 5 rupees what is they actually paid we forfeited, because what amount they didn't pay we cannot forfeit that amount. So what amount we forfeited? For 400 shares we forfeited the amount at the rate of rupees 5, that is rupees 2000. That's amount actually profit for the company. But whenever they reissued, they did not reissue the total 400 shares, they reissue 300 shares. So we have to reveal out what is the, for 300 shares what will be the amount. So how can we reveal for 300 shares what is the profit? So in that case, that is divided by 400 and you multiply it by 300. So just do so total rupees 51,500 for the profit is coming for 300 shares. But they reissued as a for rupees 6 per share. So 300 share issued for 6 per shares means 300 multiplied by 6, that is 800. Okay. But total paid up value is 7. So you have to, your capital will be transferred, will be due. What actually journal entry we make in case of reissue forfeiture, that is bank account debit in that case 300 multiplied by 6, that is 1800, then to share capital account, that will be due by paid up value. Okay, here paid up value is rupees 7, means 300 multiplied by 7, so 2100. So debit side is still not matching with credit. Okay, so there is a loss is happened in case of reissue. Paid up value is 7 but you reissue 6, so there is 1 rupees loss, you can easily understand. So that is will take from this profit, that is 1500. How much rupees? Now forfeiture account debit, that is 300, that is 1 rupees loss. Okay, now we can see this is 2100, this is 2100. So from 1500 we already use 300 rupees for reissue of the share. So how much left? That is 1200, and that will be transferred to the, that is actual profit transferred to the capital reserve. So here you can find anything 1200. Yes, answer B, rupees 1200, that will be the right answer. Okay, how we can come to the point? Have you understood? That's already you have done in whenever we learn the forfeiture of the shares. Okay. Now have you understood, Sauradeep, Sayon and Sauradeep? Okay, yes sir, understood. Now come to the next question. Which of the following items is not a part of subscribed capital? Option A, equity shares. Option B, preference shares. Option C, bonus shares. Option D, forfeited share. Which of the following items is not a part of subscribed capital? In company, you know, there is authorized capital, issued capital, subscribed capital. Now, which of these is not part of subscribed capital? Whether it is equity shares, preference share, bonus share, or forfeited share. Now, equity share comes under subscribed capital because you already subscribed it. Preference share also subscribed. Bonus share. Sometimes, actually, what is bonus share? Sometimes company gives bonus share for you are holding 1000 shares of Tata company. Now Tata company managing directors are decided they will get bonus to the shareholder of the company for 1:1 ratio. So who are holding 1000 share, they will are getting 1000 share, another 1000 share added to his portfolio without any consideration. Okay, he doesn't need to pay anything for that. That is called bonus. Okay, now number D is forfeited share. Forfeited share means which share you actually forfeited. Suppose you are applied for 1000 shares of Tata company. That is Tata Motors. Okay. Now at the time of application, their value will be 3 rupees. Now we have to give the application money, rupees 3 in application. Now rupees 3 in allotment. Now rupees 3 in first call and rupees 1 in final call. Now you have given application money and allotment money, and share also allotted to you. But in the case of when they call for the first call, you didn't give the first call. In that case, company has company director has a right to forfeit your share. Okay. So in that case, that will not be included in subscribed capital, because as soon as company forfeited your total 1000 shares, and this 6 rupees company will take, because this 6 rupees is a profit of the company. So as you are failed to pay the rupees 3 and first call, company give you the 15 days or 25 days notice. After that still you didn't pay the first call, then company has a right to forfeit your share. So this you are the cancelling of the shares. Forfeited of share means cancellation of shares. You are not a shareholder now. After forfeiting, you are not a shareholder of the Tata Motors. So this 1000 share will not come in a subscribed capital, because they will, that amount whatever you actually give to the company, they will transfer to the capital reserve as a profit. Okay. So these shares, and they all again issue these 1000 shares to others. Okay, after the issue, they can again add it to the subscribed capital. So forfeited share is not under the subscribed capital. Okay, have you understood? So for today, it is all. Continue the next class. Next class is business studies. Thank you.